World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day, I am Peñano with today's World News in 5. Israel and Lebanon have agreed to a 10-day ceasefire brokered by the United States, marking a temporary halt in fighting with Iran-backed Hezbollah. According to the White House, U.S. President Donald Trump held talks with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Lebanese President Joseph Aoun to secure the agreement. Officials say the truce could open the door to broader negotiations, including efforts to ease tensions with Iran. However, uncertainty remains, with Israel insisting Hezbollah must be disarmed, while the group rejects any continued Israeli military presence in southern Lebanon. Despite the ceasefire, fighting was reported in some border areas, raising doubts over whether the agreement will hold. In our news, U.S. President Donald Trump says he may travel to Islamabad if a deal with Iran to end the war is finalized. Speaking at the White House, Trump expressed optimism, saying Iran has agreed to most conditions under discussion. He added a ceasefire between the United States and Iran could be extended if needed, but indicated a deal may be close. Trump also claimed Tehran is prepared to give up its enriched uranium as part of a broader agreement to end its nuclear program. Negotiations are expected to continue in the coming days as both sides work toward a potential resolution. Still on the Middle East conflict, finance leaders from the Group of Seven are calling for urgent action to reduce the global economic impact of the ongoing Middle East conflict. Meeting on the sidelines of the International Monetary Fund and World Bank Group spring sessions in Washington, officials stressed the need to work toward a lasting peace. The war was a key focus of discussions alongside efforts to secure supply chains for critical minerals. Leaders also reaffirmed support for Ukraine amid continued tensions with Russia. France, which currently holds the G7 presidency, said coordinated action is vital to protect global economic stability. Meanwhile, in Ukraine, Russia has launched its deadliest attack this year on Kiev and other cities, killing at least 17 people, including a child, and injuring dozens. Officials say drone and missile strikes hit residential areas, sparking fires and damaging buildings across the capital, as well as Odessa and Dnipro. In response, Ukrainian forces carried out drone strikes on Russia's Black Sea port of Tuapse, where at least 2 people were reported killed. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is calling for increased international pressure and support. Rescue operations are ongoing, with officials warning the death toll could still rise. And in Cameroon, Pope Leo has delivered a strong message against global conflict, criticizing leaders who spend billions on war while neglecting humanitarian needs. Speaking in Cameroon's capital Bamenda, the pontiff said the world is being ravaged by a handful of tyrants and called for a decisive shift toward peace. He also condemned the use of religion to justify violence, urging leaders to uphold moral responsibility. The remarks come days after criticism from U.S. President Donald Trump amid tensions over the ongoing Middle East conflict. Religious leaders have since expressed support for the Pope's call for unity and an end to war. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, I am Peñano. Good day.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5 here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.